Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Oh my god. I saw this last night and it took everything in me, like in my soul, not to smash my fucking phone. Whew. Okay. First of all, I am with you guys. I am fucking with you. I feel your fucking disgust and outrage of AOC for years, let alone this bullshit from yesterday. I feel you from her, I'm lighting the streets, to it's like a little Easter egg, to Taco Tuesdays with Pete Buttigieg, to I'm gonna bring the ruckus, to being Nancy Pelosi's lapdog, from, getting elected as this one-time bartender Latina from, Brooklyn or from the Bronx, and then finding out she worked for the fucking Joe Kennedy campaign, who is a total fucking shit lib at best. From someone who started this progressive PAC and raised mad money from people who thought she was bringing this progressive agenda, and then she ended up giving over $100,000 to candidates who are elected reps, who are already sitting reps, who are incumbents, and she gave them over $100,000, $5,000 each, okay? And 80-something% of them don't support Medicare for all, don't support Green New Deal, don't support anything at all that she swears she's about. And these people didn't donate for these fucking blue dogs. That's not what they gave money to. Half the people she donated to said, I don't fucking want your money, and gave it back. Because she's like, hello, Democrats don't like you. Why the fuck are you licking their boots? They don't like you. They don't. So, I mean, it's one thing after another. I had AOC on my show years back, and I saw through her from the get. I met her in person in DC. I opened up a speaking event, and she was one of the speakers, and I looked over to my friend and I go, something about her seems really extra, because I talk with my hands, but she was like, and she was getting down on the ground, and she was like real extra, and I was like, this is the first time I ever heard of her. And I remember looking over to my friend and saying, something about her seems real extra. But her campaign manager came up to me and said, hey, can you have her on your show? I was like, yeah, sure. Because I knew people were loving her and whatever. So cool. So I had her on, and about 5 minutes before I went live, and I just told this story the other day, so sorry if you're a regular viewer, but so about 5 minutes before we go live, no lie, her handler or whoever the fuck it is, her campaign manager, handler, whoever the fuck it is, calls me on the phone and says, AOC or Alexandria will not be able to join via video tonight. Now, I didn't know how the fuck to do audio only. I was like, I don't know how to, all I know how to do is use this program, and we're set to go live. So it's not something that I can just do, film and then take, the video part out of it. Like, we are literally going live in less than 5 minutes. And she's like, well, she can still do the interview, but it can't be video. I'm like, I'm texting everyone I know who fucking has a live stream show. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. How the fuck do I do all audio only? And I'm going batshit. So anyway, someone told me how to just upload a picture. So that's what I did. It's on my YouTube. You can find it. So it's just a picture of her and I. It's the promo for the show the entire time. Now, what happened was, she never told me why. She never said it was like tech issues or anything like that. She just said, we can't do video. Well, when they came into the backstage before I went live, the handler, whoever, had her finger over the the camera on the phone. So you know how if you don't want people to see, like if you're on a video call and you don't want people to see, you just put your finger over the camera hole. Well, she did that, but she left a little bit open. And all I see is AOC sitting down saying, my makeup looks awful. I am not going on camera. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden the thumb covered the whole thing. So they knew I saw. And I was like, this chick is really saying she won't go on my show last minute because she has bad makeup. So between getting a bad feeling when I spoke at the same event as she did, to having her on my show and having that insipid incident where, all of a sudden, minutes before we go live, you tell me I have to run around and figure out how the fuck to do audio only. I'm like, those are my 2 interactions with her personally. No, I don't like her. I've never liked her. And for those who have, I get it. I get it. Like, I'm not hating on anyone who used to like her. I'm not. Because here she is, this young, beautiful, activist, claimingly this, this spicy girl who comes out and she's like, you know what? I'm a huge Bernie supporter. I wore these sneakers and look, they have holes in them because I've canvassed so much and all this shit. Like, I get it. I personally already knew enough shit to not like her, but I get how people, that was back when we had over 1,000 candidates running because of being inspired by Bernie. Over 1,000. So we all had this huge momentum, how we're like, yes, let's get in as many people as we want. No corporate money, Medicare for all, things like that, Green New Deal. And here's someone who stands on the table and says, I'm going to bring them rockets and stuff. And people were like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And people started to realize more and more and more that she is a fucking fraud. That covers of Vogue, RuPaul's Drag Race, fucking, Met Gala, all this shit. She is nothing but a PR stunt. That's it. So anyway, my producer is away tonight. He's on vacation. So I am going to be playing the clip myself. Hopefully it works. I tried, and it seems to be working. So Yeah, so we'll play the clip if you haven't seen it, so you can see why I'm so pissed off, and I'm gonna be more pissed after I watch it again. I apologize if you've already seen it. I know it's painful as fuck, and her voice. So, apologies if you've already seen it, but in case you haven't, I'm gonna play it. So here it goes. This is something she posted on Insta yesterday. And let me see. I'm gonna pull it up and we'll see. I should also tell you guys, I am 85% blind, so I'm not able to read your comments. But I will use my electronic device after we get off the air to read them. I always read them, even though I can't during the show. And my other shows, when my producer is here, he can, he can read them. So he does as well. But let me play this gem for you.
Y'all, this is a little spicy, but I have thoughts. I feel like I should save this for a live. I'm not coming for people who are thinking about this. I'll talk to you. What I have a problem with is the fact that if you are running for president, you are the de facto leader of your party. And first of all, trust me on this. I run as a third party candidate in New York. I'm also run as a Working Families Party candidate in addition to running as a Democrat. Because trust me, I've been on record about my criticisms of a two-party system. So this is not about that. But you are the leader of your party. And if you run for years and years and years and years and years in a row, and your party has not grown, and you don't add city council seats, and you don't add down ballot candidates, and you don't add state electeds, that's bad leadership. And that to me is what's upsetting. Because if you have been your party's nominee for 12 years in a row, 4 years ago and 4 years before that and 4 years before that, and you cannot grow your movement pretty much at all and can't pursue any successful strategy, and all you do is show up once every 4 years to speak to people who are justifiably pissed off, but you're just showing up once every 4 years to do that, you're not serious. You're not to me, it does not read as authentic. It reads as predatory. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it. Because as a person, I endorse Working Families Party candidates. I endorse DSA candidates. I take risks, and I endorse even in primaries against Democrats when it's merited. What does this person do to grow power?
Ooh. Okay. Let's start with this. Working family parties and DSA work with the Democrats. They are not fucking third party, okay? They funnel people to the Democrats. They promote the Democrats. They bootlick for the Democrats. Now, individual chapters of DSA, local ones, they do good work, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the main entities themselves. DSA themselves are a bunch of fucking Democrat tools, okay? Working family, same. So no, I support third party. No, you don't. No, you don't. PSL is third party. Green is third party. Even independent is third party. No. Second of all, Jill has not run the past 12 fucking years. Try to educate yourself before you come trying to, go at someone. At least know your fucking facts. She has not been a nominee for 12 years. She ran in 2016 and she's running now. So she's saying 12 years and she's lost each time and hasn't made a change. So I could be wrong, but I'm not. But I'm pretty sure AOC endorsed Biden his third and fourth time he fucking ran. Right, AOC? Yeah, you did. Because that's what they were. Third and fourth time he ran. Furthermore, Greens have over 1,000 elected seats. And you're talking about city council and shit? Well, guess what? There's city council seats all over the country. There are, no, just because they're not Senate or House doesn't mean they don't exist. Green candidates are all over this country, Green electeds, and the party is growing. Jill stepped up in 2024 because Cornell stepped down and I don't even know what the fuck he's doing. And she was like, they don't have a candidate now. So she stepped up. She was not planning to run. She did it. And I'm thankful as fuck because I'm sure as fuck not voting for Kamala. So I am thankful. So coming at her and saying this bullshit and then throwing in the word predatory, like predatory. Who in the fuck is standing there praising someone committing genocide and then calling for the end of this shit predatory? Furthermore, to call Jill predatory is to say that we are prey, is to say that we are not knowledgeable and aware enough to be able to see when someone is using us. Guess what? That's why we don't fucking rock with Kamala, because we're a lot more aware than you. So no, predatory is insulting Jill, Butch, the Greens, all of us activists, all of us millions of people in the streets for the past 11 months. I am smart enough that I'm educated, and that's why I'm voting for Jill. So I am not prey. If I were prey, I'd be a fucking cultist and blue MAGA. That's fucking prey. That's predatory. The audacity to come out and spout this bullshit. The fucking audacity. She made me so hype to vote for Jill even harder. And you know what? It's so gross that even people who were, I don't know, I don't want to vote for Kamala, but I'm scared about Trump, they're coming to Jill now because of this shit. And every 4 years, really? So you didn't educate yourself as to who ran for the past 12 years. You didn't educate yourself as to elected seats. And you didn't educate yourself as to what goes on throughout when campaigns aren't happening. Because I see Jill Stein getting arrested in the fucking streets numerous times. I see her touring all across the world, not just the United States. I see her in the streets as an activist all the time. It has nothing, like, she is a fucking organizer and an activist. This is not a, every 4 years kind of bullshit. That AOC acts like she's some kind of fucking activist and she knows how it works. No, she fucking doesn't. So no, Jill does shit beyond. And you know what else Jill does that AOC doesn't do? She posts about shit that matters. She doesn't just tag Republicans and call them violent because they make tweets about her. She doesn't just sit there and like put fucking videos of her making mac and cheese and shit like that. Jill actually puts shit of substance. You look at her Twitter and you see It's not every 4 years. She is in so many causes. It is not simply campaign time. That is a fucking insult. Additionally, to say they haven't achieved anything is bullshit, okay? But additionally, let's just say that, okay, we'll go off of that. The Greens are currently having $270,000 that is theirs withheld from them, okay, because of the DNC, because they are eligible to have their funds matched. Because when you're above a certain percentage in the poll, etc., you get matched funds. They have been owed over $270,000 for about 2 months. DNC is stopping that illegally, okay? Undemocratically. It is owed to the Green Party. It is owed to Jill's campaign. They are not giving it. They have had state after state sue to get them taken off the ballot. State after state. Who does that with the Democrats? Who withholds their funding? Who takes them to court to take them off ballots? Who vote shames them at every fucking turn, puts ops in their groups to try and stir shit up? Because yes, I'm tight with the campaign manager, and let me tell you, that shit happens. And I've even heard it from Jill herself. She's been on my show quite a number of times. Check it out. They send in people to stir shit up. This is not conspiracy theory. Anyone who knows anything from 2016 beyond knows that they will do anything in their fucking power to make sure that third parties are not on the ballots. It's not just Jill. Claudia has been taken off ballots. Cornel has been taken off ballots. This is how they are. So for someone who is in this party with billionaires and all the media and all the money and all the bootlickers in the world, and you're trying to say that it's just so easy for us to do something and we just haven't been successful, I dare you to take any of this on, even for a month. It takes so much fucking balls. And just, I will never forget this fucking article that came out where AOC said that she thinks about leaving Congress early sometimes to become an activist. Like, I don't even know what the fuck to say about that, but she came for the wrong fucking people, okay? Because we are already so disgusted with her at the fucking DNC convention and all this shit, and these years of her bootlicking just over and over. Fraud Squad, all that bullshit. All this has been adding up. And now this has a lot of us heated. Because I expect Dems to say shit like that, okay? But when you, of all people, are like, I'm such a leftist and I, support all these leftist ideas and I'm an activist and all that bullshit, and then you come out and you say that the most left candidate is predatory. What the actual fuck? And who the fuck told her that was a good idea to make that fucking video? Also, that tweet was so real. That was definitely real. That wasn't just like a plan or anything. That she definitely was looking through and found this random tweet by this nobody person and was like, oh, hey, yeah, I get asked about, Jill Stein, and yeah, okay, she scrolls looking at that shit and just found some like tweet that of someone nobody has ever heard of, and it's like, okay, let me address this. Yeah, okay. She fucked up. Again, she really fucked up. I'm so heated about this, and I'm not going to stop being heated anytime soon. The one person who is on about 40, I think it's 42, 43 states ballots now. That one person who is against genocide, fighting tooth and nail, anti-war, Medicare for all, disability rights, cancellation medical debt, cancellation student debt, free college, $25 minimum wage. I mean, literally everything she's supposedly about, the one person that is balls to the motherfucking wall, she's gonna sit there and call predatory. I'm not prey. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I feel like if we were prey, we'd be blue MAGA. This campaign is not a fucking cult. This campaign is made up of people who are sick of the duopoly, of people who will vote for what they want, not against what they don't want. People who are done with the same old, less, lesser of two evil bullshit. I'm going to say something and do nothing. We are people who actually care about what the issues are, and not what people say, but what they fucking do. I am voting for Jill because of, number one, she actually has a platform, unlike fucking Kamala. So it's her platform, but also because I know her as a person, and I know her behind the scenes, and I've spent time with her, and I know who she is as a person, and I know she is anti-war. I know she is anti-genocide. I know she believes in all these fucking things. She does. I know this. And that's why I support her. And for all the people who are like, oh, but she can't win. Actually, because of all the ballots she's on, she feasibly could. But let me bring it back on that as well. This is a personal choice. If you want to vote for Kamala, go for it. It's your personal choice. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm going to tell you I don't agree, and I'm going to tell you I don't understand, but I'm not going to tell you not to, because you're sure as fuck not going to tell me not to vote who I'm going to vote for. But because it is a personal choice, you need to own that personal choice. So when you sit here with Palestine, emojis and shit like that, and in your bio, and your Avi is a Palestinian flag and stuff, and then you're like, well, you need to vote for Kamala because of Trump. Change your picture. Take that flag off of your bio. You don't really mean it. You don't. Because voting is one thing. I still don't understand how you can do that. But voting is one thing, but trying to shame people into voting for what you say you are fighting against, or having a Palestinian flag in your bio and then sharing something that's pro Kamala or pro Coach Walz, how does that make sense? It doesn't. Also, I digress a little, but I was going to make a TikTok about this, so I'm just going to say it now, and I'll try to clip it. We have been demanding not just a permanent and lasting immediate ceasefire, but so many other things for 11 months. The entire world has been in the streets for 11 months. Our movement has gotten bigger and bigger over those 11 months. Nothing has changed. Now is the time when we are supposed to have this leverage, right? Voting is supposed to be leverage. So if we are saying we will not vote for you unless, now, let me be clear, she ain't getting my vote no matter what. She could fucking do whatever the fuck she wants right now, and there's literally nothing she could do to get my vote. And I would have said that 4 years ago too, because I didn't vote for their ass then. But there are people, almost 1 million people for the uncommitted movement saying, do this or else you don't get our vote. And they're doing that thing where they're saying, if you don't do this, you won't have our vote. If you do this, you may have our vote. And she's still not fucking doing it. She is doubling down and making statements that she will not be any different with Israel than Biden. She is making quotes like, there is no daylight between Biden and myself on Israel. She is making statements that she absolutely will not do an arms embargo with Israel. She is telling us who the fuck she is. Own it. If you are going to promote her and you are going to vote for her, that's your choice, but fucking own it. Don't act surprised if she wins and she's still committing this fucking egregious genocide, and then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe she's not better than Biden. Don't act fucking surprised. She's telling you who the fuck she is right now. People started with that shit the second she announced, oh, well, she's going to be better than Biden on Palestine. Really? Listen. She is telling us very clearly who she is. So with that, I'm also going to say, we've already been asking, we've already been demanding, we've already been legit begging for 11 months. It's not our turn anymore. You want people to vote for Kamala? It's on you. It is incumbent on you to tell her and her cult that, look, we keep saying we don't want Trump, and you're going to get us Trump because you won't even do the bare minimum. And stop sending Israel money, stop sending them ammo, call for an arms embargo, call for an immediate and lasting ceasefire. That is a bare minimum. That is something you can do with fucking words, okay? It is incumbent on her voters. It is incumbent on Democrats to hold her accountable and say, look, yeah, we rant about Trump all the time, and you're going to give us Trump because you can't even do the fucking bare ass minimum. It's not our fucking responsibility. We don't owe her anything. She's not owed our vote. She's not. And I'll be fucking damned if I give her my vote. I will be damned. I will not have that blood on my hands, and she can do anything and she can say anything, and her blue maggots can do and say anything too. That is end of story for me. There is no fucking negotiating. And I know there's a lot of people who feel that way. But like I said, if you're a Democrat and you're saying, I'm going to vote for her regardless, you're the reason shit doesn't change. You are the reason. Because all they need to do is dangle a fucking boogeyman, and you're going to be like, yeah, I know she's committing genocide, but Trump. Listen to that statement. Like, do people fucking hear themselves when they say that shit? If you ever say committing a genocide, but you have no soul. Period. So make sure that you tell Democrats when they're coming at you saying, vote shaming, saying, Kamala is doing this to herself. We have been asking for breadcrumbs, legit breadcrumbs, and she has done nothing, nor has Biden. If she loses, and quite frankly, I think when she loses, this is nobody's fault but her and the Dems. Nobody. It is not third party. It is not us for wanting to end the massacre of innocence. It is not on us. It's not. Do not ever let anyone tell you the fuck it is, because it's not. So remind shit libs, remind Blue MAGA that when they come at you, it is on them to convince their candidate that they need to do this, not us. She is very aware of what we are demanding. And people can complain all they want that they're going to their fucking girl boss rallies and they're being interrupted by these, these annoying protesters. We wouldn't have to protest if she would fucking listen to the people. Would we? No. Every fucking time these shit libs whine and complain and sit there and try to drown out women of color who are saying that their family members are being martyred in Palestine and saying, Kamala, or USA, trying to shut them up. Like, I don't understand. We're supposed to be like, yes, queen, woman of color, but we're also supposed to be like, shut those women of color up because they're not bootlicking Kamala. I'm speaking. No, we have, like, this shit does not end in November. This shit is going on forever. Forever. Even if Israel stopped their shit today, which we know they won't, but even if they did, it's not going to stop. We are still going to give that terrorist state money. We are still going to give them weapons. These people are still displaced. They have no homes. They have no hospitals. They have no place to worship. They have no schools. Where the fuck do they go? This isn't something that can just stop. They don't even have medical care. Every fucking Palestinian there is going to have PTSD for the rest of their fucking lives. This is not something that can just stop. We need to be in the streets for so long. This is not just going to end at election time. It's just not. We cannot relent. And we need to put the onus on the people who need to do the work. It's not us. We've done so much work and we haven't been listened to. So let these people who shame us, let them actually do some fucking phone banking. Let them actually do some door knocking. Because the one that came to my door, wow. I told her my biggest concern was Palestine, and she asked me, okay, well, I got to check a box as to what your response was that you're not voting for Kamala. Would that be immigration? I was like, well, technically, settlers stole their land. Yes? I don't know. So, but then other people I've seen say, when I've had Kamala phone bankers, they've said, oh, we hear that a lot about, Palestine. If she came out and did something, if she said, you know what, Netanyahu, you're done. You're not getting any more money. You're not getting any more weapons. You need to stop this shit. You need to you know, whatever, she would win. She would win. She's not going to do that. And she's already made that clear. So why are we bending the fuck over without lube and saying, you know what? We're doing all this to demand you do this, and you're still saying fuck you and spitting on our face, but I'm still going to vote for you. Not me. I feel like I've been all over the place because I get so fucking pissed. But I see, like, let me see, like, almost 100 people watching. I need y'all to hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is my own channel, so it's like, you know, it's not like I have a network or anything. So things like likes and subscribe, they do go a long way. And thank you all for commenting as well. I have some other shows this week. This was just kind of impromptu, because that set me off. It doesn't take much sometimes, you know, but I will definitely read your comments when I get off the air. I love to hear from you guys. If you like my work, you like my Twitter, my shows, my writing, please, you can do Buy Me a Coffee, which is Buy Me a Coffee, Savage Joy, Marie Mann. Basically, each coffee is $5, and or PayPal, Venmo, whatever, and Patreon. The money goes to paying my producer. Travel. I'm going next week to Philly to cover the protests at the debate. That should be fun. That should be interesting. Yeah, that should be fun. So things like that, it really helps, because of my blindness, I have to take the train and Ubers and stuff like that, and it gets very expensive. So anything helps. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, much love, solidarity, and free Palestine.